Well, over here, we separate the difference between racist white people and white people. If you take the time, and you know what, even if you had the time, I make too many videos for you to find that one video. So if you ever had the time, and I try to do this a lot more, but there's videos of me reminding white people that, hey, even though y'all have an inhumane history, don't forget that you are kings and queens. And a lot of black people got on me about that, and I had to remind them who they are. You are gods and goddesses. So when I call them kings and queens, don't feel like I'm holding you down. I'm reminding of the language. We didn't call each other kings and queens. We had one word, Pharaoh, and that means he or she. So that ain't when I say, white people are kings and queens, let them have it. When I say we are gods and goddesses, let us have it. When they say man used to walk on the God used to walk with man on earth, God still walks on earth with man because you looking at me as a regular person, but I am beyond what you see. I'm a goddess. And in that mindset, you have to remember, what do queens and kings come from? The kings and queens are just humans who walk with the gods, us, on earth. It ain't nothing to boast about. It ain't nothing to make you feel belittled. It just is what it is. Like a cat can walk beside me and still feel like we are one. So why you can't accept me for my divinity? Not you personally, but there are some white people who don't fuck with racism at all. And I would rather say, you know what, join the team than you stay over there because you don't have to be no enemy. When it came for us to end, when it came time for us to end slavery, it wasn't just black people and it wasn't just white people. We were together, and that humbled me. I didn't know that side of history because I wanted to hate all white people because of slavery. But when I realized who was running the White House, like I have a White House in my community where the white people were helping the black people get free. So that humbled me. I can't hate all white people because all white people didn't fuck with racism. When you see a white person talking against racism, that that's it. That's the white people we fuck with. When you see other white people getting on other race, when you see white people getting on other white people about their racist behavior, that's the type of white people we fuck with. When you know the white people who love who they are, but they hate white supremacy. Like I can love myself, but that don't mean I gotta force how I look on you. Because you never force yourself on us. Like, if you're a good white person, I'm pretty sure it shows through what you're fighting against. So we can't, when it comes to black people, you have to be patient and be humble because we didn't do this to ourselves. This happened to us and it still happened to us. And we can't tell that two police standing beside each other, one of them is a good cop and the other one's a bad cop. We don't know because y'all wearing the same uniform. We don't know if you're racist or not based on what come out your mouth. It's going to tell it all. So if you want to separate yourself from racist white people, you got to start speaking differently than them. You have to start dressing differently than them. Not saying dressing black, but don't wear no white hooded shit around no white hooded shit. Now, if your favorite color white, just don't fuck with white hoods. I mean, it's common sense, honestly. Don't say, oh, black people always starting stuff when you know black people have been tormented and targeted for generations until today. So you can't, when you hear a black person speaking out against racism, don't take it personally because you're not racist. It's really not. I can say it's not that hard, but I'm on this side of the end. I'm trying to help you understand that we do separate racist white people from white people because we have mixed children. When you need to surround yourself around others who hate racism just as much as black people do. You gotta hate white supremacy just as much as black people do. You gotta hate ignorance. You gotta learn about your own history so you can know where you play a part in others' history. So you know how you can approach them. If you don't have knowledge of yourself and knowledge of your position in somebody else's history, you'll walk right in there and disrespect them without even trying. So it's good to just be aware, educate yourself on the history of racism and white supremacy. That's nothing black people or Asian people or no other people started but white people. So if you're white and you're trying to separate yourself from that, you have to separate yourself from that. There's nothing we can do. You have to show us that you're different. What you eat, how you speak, what you see, the thoughts you keep. All of those things help you separate yourself. The knowledge that you have and the knowledge that you share. If you're not racist and you know racism still going on and you're sitting there talking to a black person about, I don't understand why you think all white people, if you asking that type of question, you missed the whole purpose. You missed it all. It's good that you're asking, but you can't blame black people for what they're going through when your people put them through it. And if those are not your people, then you need to stand on the side of black people. I know that it's kind of hard to say victimize yourself, but put yourself on the same side. That way you know where you stand. That way we know where you stand. Because it's white people born in the ghetto. Hell, I'm in the projects. And it's you got white people standing at the bus stop. So, I mean, act like white people were the first slaves. Act like racist white people enslaved their own white people. So you have a fight. You know what side you on. I thought you were racist and prejudiced because of what you said. But the more I have a conversation with you, the more I understand that you just want an understanding on why we see things that way. And I'm open to show you without being rude, disrespectful. Just let me give it to you raw, the way my ancestors would. Because they've been silenced. I appreciate that you ask questions like this. And I'm learning not to take it personally because I may be a little autistic and can't see I can't understand emotion like that. But from the outside, from my perspective, I think you're genuinely asking like, okay, when this right here, that right, it's because words, when I read it, it don't say I'm speaking sad or I'm speaking disrespectful. I have to read your words and take my emotion or my anger out of it so I can understand what you're saying, comprehend what you're saying. And as I'm reading it, I could get offended by these questions, but I'm not, because I understand that you're trying to understand something. And that makes me understand that all white people, it embraces the fact that all white people aren't the same. And just because y'all ask questions don't mean that you're on that side. Sometimes it do, but sometimes it don't. And I have to have the truth and patience within me to discern that message. Because if you are trying to be funny, I would still have to say something to be an example for other people who have that same question, just not from that point of view. But you have to point yourself out. You stand out. You make yourself stand out by what you fight against. If you're fighting against racism, you already know what side you're on. If you're fighting towards racism or fighting against somebody who's fighting racism, you on that white supremacist side. So that's that.